I say howdy.
I say, yo,
Welcome to the Big Book Bros. We on episode 9. First, I want to give a quick shout out for all the people that's working. I know it's crazy times, crazy places, but we're gonna get through it. Real quick, I want to throw some quick shout outs to a lot of people that on social media that's been helping me out to get stuff done, and I gotta give them some plugs. I want to give a quick shout out to Monotone Kami. I'll give y'all a quick. If y'all follow me on Instagram and Twitter, you know who that is. He's a really good friend, a good artist of mine. Also, want to give a big shout out to Star Might, aka Delvin, on Twitter and Instagram. Really good dude. And then also the Pat King Nerds. I might have misspelled on them, but they was just really cool dudes. But yeah, so we're just gonna get started. It's probably late. People are tired. I know they just ready to go outside and do some work straight up over here, and we're just gonna get done to it. So if y'all don't know the rules, you can already see our videos. We just talk about anything nerd related, and that's to say you should see some of the promos, all the stuff we've done on social media if you're on here. But the book I want to talk about, I got two of them. It's a paperback. It's the Monsters Unleashed series, and it's the 2017 version, and it's written by Marvel. So one thing I want to give a quick notice is there was a Monster Unleashed series by Marvel, but it was back in the 1970s. So if you go search it up or you try to find it, and you see some stuff, it's like, oh, that's not it. It's like there's been they always rework stuff. Some of the characters that you see ain't gonna be the same characters because it's been over 30 40 years when they do it. But yeah, so I want to bring in and talk about the Monster Unleashed series. I have the paperback of the event. It's a quick 5 issues of the first one, the Monsters Unleashed, and then there's also a second one, which is again the Monsters Unleashed, but then it's like Monster Mash. But real quick, I want to talk about the first series, the first 5 issues. The writer was Colin Bunn, and then most of the artworks in the first 5 issues was done by Adam Kubert. But I'll get to it in a minute. But one of the main things that I really like, well, hold on, let me show you real quick. This is the paperback of it, and it's I just love it. It's just shows everybody, the Avengers, Inhumans, the X-Men, a lot, even the X Factors, and the Champions. So like a lot of these superhumans and these superhero teams. They're just it's all out. They're just fighting monsters because out of nowhere, monsters just start popping up, showing out of nowhere. Different teams are trying to figure out what we got to do, what's going on, and then it starts relevating because I want to do major spoilers. It starts relevating that there's a kid, and you'll really find out about he's a real young kid. He's about 11. Yeah, his first name is Kei. Excuse me. He's a really cool dude, Kawadi, but they just realize he just started having superpowers. Like they just like what's going on with him. You'll figure out that he is a inhuman. So for a lot of people that don't know what an inhuman is, or they may have heard of it, they don't know what it is. It's just a special, really, it's a special breed and type of people that they do have inhuman powers, superpowers. One of the most famous is going to be like Black Bolt, Medusa. Medusa has like really long hair, but Black Bolt. So the Inhumans, they really don't go with society, especially with the regular human citizens, everybody else. But there's been a lot of stuff what's called a Terrigen Mist. It goes in, and if you get it, you get into like a cocoon, and you start having you just transform. Sometimes you might be deformed, sometimes you might have just crazy powers for real. Once you get hit with that mist, you just have crazy powers. So like one of the most famous characters is Miss Marvel, which is Camilla Khan. She's one of the newest. Well, she's not even the newest. She's been the new head leader of a certain Marvel team. So she was an Inhuman because she shapeshifts. She can do all sorts of stuff. But with the Monster Unleashed series, it is really captivated me. When I first really had heard about it, I could show them if you want to zoom in real quick. I'll show you some of the cover arts that I really love. Um, and it was basically, like I said, the main story, literally from the first 5 issues, the monsters came to attack Earth, and it's not just a certain city; it's just like everywhere. So you'll see different teams of heroes, and it is just crazy. Some of them be looking nasty and ugly, which I'll show you all in a minute. But they got some pretty good arts for most of the teams that start fighting them. One thing I would like to let y'all know and keep in mind is if you do see when I mean they have lots of heroes and characters, they have like there's been like two Wolverines in their Marvel universe. So right now, I believe there's three to four. It all depends. So if a lot of people heard Old Man Logan, he's in the series. Then the X-23, which is the clone, aka daughter of Wolverine, she's in it. And then somebody else, there's another Wolverine. Then they have a totally awesome Hulk. Uh, who's a Chinese scientist, but he got the ability to hit himself a gamma ray, so he get to be turned into the Hulk. But he's more smarter, you know. He can kind of channel into it. And then I like this one. This is the Carol Danvers, Miss Marvel. She's out in space with the Nova Corps and Alpha Flight. They got the Asgardians in here. They got the Guardians of the Galaxy. So they got the whole team, and this just start getting crazy and crazy. But I love how they did the artwork. It's phenomenal. Like I just love it. They just start showing monsters at the wazoo, going crazy. Yeah. So and then in the background you can see right up in here and there you got Groot, part of the Guardians of the Galaxy. He fighting the monsters in a big way. They doing what they got to do. Like I said, there's a different version of different characters. So a lot of people are confused why there's a female Thor. You can do research because, like I said, there's different character. So the Thor right here, it is a female. You know, she's going crazy, fighting. It does go a little bit with the main storyline. There's two Spider-Mans. You got your OG Peter Parker, and then the newest one during that time, which was the Miles Morales, the Black Puerto Rican Spider-Man. He's there. See, look, I love this one. They got the whole crew. The Captain America is it's the Falcon Captain America because at that time, you know, a lot of people don't know what the comics Captain America was like dead. You know, he wasn't there, so they had a different Captain America. But I like that spread. They got Jean Grey, they got Magneto, they got Storm, so they got the X-Men, and then if you kind of look into it, you see right above Spider-Man's head, you got the Captain America. So they throwing a lot with the art because they were just trying to go crazy, showing some of these monsters. So even some of them, like on this spread, these were some of the OGs of Marvel's monsters from like these are monsters back from like I said from the 70s. Especially one of the oldest one was Fing Fang Foom. He was a Chinese dragon, and he's been in and out. But he's like an alien dragon. So
Groot
all
was
of these
one
were
of them too.
yo,
Groot was one of them too.
yup,
No
yup,
mom from Unleashed.
yup.
From Guardians of the Galaxy. Groot.
Yep. So a lot of people forget about that. Yeah, Groot was a monster, and he was a villain too. And he did get to speak like he had regular speech patterns, so he didn't always say "I am Groot." Um, but like I said, the story, it's a simple plot, really, because they even kind of got self-aware. He's like, why we always got to fight monster? This is like, it's not like those old kaiju monster movies, but it dwells around. All these monsters are coming out, but they're like, because they just start showing up out of meteors, and that's what I said. They don't have a specific spot because I mean they're hitting everywhere, every city, everywhere around the world, and that's what I said. Everybody's teaming up because it's not a specific place that they're going to. They'll be in Las Vegas, then yeah, they'll be in New York City, but they're hitting all the little cities, and then they'll hit like Wakanda, then they'll hit Atlantis, they'll hit the Inhumans temple under society. They're hitting where the X mansion was. So it was kind of crazy how they do that. But like I said, the monsters that were coming down, it looked like it was being created by this kid. Like I said, his name is Key Kawadi. I probably butchered his last name, but you'll see his hero name. They call him the Kid Kaiju because he's an Inhuman. Or I mean, literally, just from him drawing, he'll make monsters appear. And usually, when that happens, they gotta be like, is it magic? Is it such and such? And they just don't know. They just know he has that superpower. But then they're like, okay, he's a top priority because they were like, if he can make like disastrous monsters that it's hard for regular heroes to beat appear just like that, then yeah, they gotta figure out what's going on. So then there's another character. I'm gonna need to find her. Her name was Elsa Bloodstone. She's a pretty cool character. She's her family's like monster hunter, so she only comes out to do the bad stuff. She's always trying to fight and research the bad monsters and all that's going on. Let me see if I can get a good cover for her.
Hey, Mike, was that
Yeah.
collection that you have? Is it a 12? Is it a complete collection? Is it a 12 issue? Or is
This one right here, the Monster Unleashed, was the event that started it. So this is 5. But then the series itself, it is a 12 issue series, which I do have somewhere in my room because I just seen it. But then, because that's why it kind of cracks me up with when it comes with Marvel, when you got to do stuff selected. So the main event that started it and really introduced the characters was in Monster Unleashed. Then they pulled it off with the second of the series, which is another 5 issues right here. It's the same thing, Monster Unleashed, but underneath it, it has another one which is just says Monster Mash. That's this another continuation of this main event, and then there is a 12 issue series which is just Monsters Unleashed. But you got to make sure you're finding the 2017 2018 version because, like I said, there's Marvel has a Monster Mash, but it's back Monsters Unleashed. Excuse me, but that was back in the 70s. So they had their little single issues, but it was good. And then I know there's another paperback event where it kind of shows more of the characters, the different teams, the superheroes fighting the monsters. But it's like that side quest, kind of like what I talked about with the Avengers versus X-Men, but it was like the little side off, just kind of show how they was fighting. So like, here's another one that I like. Shows the Asgardians riding out with the Pegasus. Because I made this beautiful artwork. If you told me, um, yeah, you got it. So it showed the monster in the background, and it showed one of the Valkyries flying on the Pegasus, and then they got some other ones right here. And as I say, each really kind of each page they kind of pay homage to some of the characters. So like one of your favorite characters, Daniel, is on here. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, the Rad Tat team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so she was figuring out because at that time, so that's a lot of these characters that you see or you don't see. You could just have a little knowledge to Google. They'll tell you the name of them. Straight up, they'll put the little names in a little bar. You can zoom in real quick.
They have if I'm not mistaken, they have all the all new, all different heroes.
Yep.
You're naming a bunch of them.
Yep. So that's what I say. You can look right here on that little. They'll have a little red box. That red girl, Lumiere, and then that's her little Devil Dinosaur. So there's a little red square that's gonna show you. There's a little drop box that's gonna show you what the characters are, and you can just look them up and see how they do stuff. And then right here, this is the best one I can get. This redhead. She's her name is Elsa Bloodstone. So you look at her, she's a monster hunter. So she's like the old school, she got the jet, she carries the guns, she got the crossbows, she knows about everything ancient with the monsters, but really she kind of does it her way. So she's not worried about aliens, they're worried about, like I said, the big stuff, the monsters. And so anyways, with the story, it really captured me because that's what I said, it's simple, it's really, really simple. Like I said, when monsters are coming to attack Earth, and then everybody's fighting it, but then they realize this kid. So when he starts drawing Kid Kaiju, when he starts drawing these monsters, he can draw out and bring monsters that are like I said, that were like hard for the regular vendors or a regular team to fight. And then they come out and they're fighting for the good side, the good people. But they got to be careful because they realize he's valuable. So there's been plenty of events. Because as of I known right now, Kid Kaiju really don't have his own little series. He's here and there, but he's so powerful that they don't use him for like small events. They just don't use him because it's like his powers are too, they're just too strong, too good, and they're just like, we only need him when it's crazy stuff. So I like this one. Hold up, I like that one. So, right. Right here, these are the evil monsters, and then come over here. These are some of Marvel's old monsters, like that green dragon. Like I said, the Sphinx Fang Foom. He's been an enemy for many people. They got like the Sasquatch. They got some monsters that and enemies that I ain't even heard of since, like I said, from like the 70s and 80s. But with Kid Kaiju, he was such a threat that Thanos. They had a kind of cut. They had a little off stories with Thanos. He came into the story. He wanted to kidnap the kid and use him for power, stuff like that. And even a lot of other people would be trying to use and kidnap him. So he's a crazy threat because it doesn't matter. Anything that he can draw comes to life. So it was crazy. They was like, well, can you draw? And it was funny too. They was asking, they was like, well, can you draw heroes. Kids like, can you draw heroes? Can you draw regular people? You know, like, you can draw monsters and they can come back. But then he was like, well, what about heroes, superheroes? I'm here right now. Can you draw me? And he straight up, it was hilarious. He's like, I don't like. It's like it's hard to draw superheroes. He's like, it's hard to draw superheroes. I don't want to do that. So everybody was kind of looking at him like, what? They was getting, they was getting butt hurt. But it was I like that. That's a writer's joke. You got some of the craziest and most powerful kid who can draw anything that can destroy the earth, but you can't draw one of the most powerful superheroes to come up. They're like, well, if you need me, you can draw me. I can be teleported anywhere you want. But he was like, nah. He's like, y'all too hard to draw. He's like, I don't want to draw these people. And hold on, I got this right here. You can zoom in. They're kind of looking at him like, dude, they were like, this kid. They were like, this dude. Shoot, let me see if I can focus on it. They was asking, so all the superheroes are looking at him. They was like, man, they like, what happened if you just draw superheroes or more superheroes of us? He's like, no, I don't want to do that. He's like, y'all too hard to draw. They kind of looking at him. Spider-Man, he kind of hurting his feelings. You got Medusa. They got some of the, like I said, Captain America, and they was just like, what? They were like, what? They were like, you can draw this, but you can't draw us. He was like, nah. He's like, I don't want to do that. But that's how his power is. He can draw heroes if he wanted to, but he just choose not to. So I was like, it's crazy. That's what I'm saying. You can draw, and then it was kind of having that theory that what's up, Basolini? They was kind of having that theory. They like, can you bring people back from the dead? So they never really touched on it, but there was a theory that he could. So that's why I said that he was too powerful as a regular kid. But it just started going crazy. So let me find a good cover art. See, I like this one too. They got the whole Marvel team and some of the monster villains. Like I said, every page is beautiful. I would love this artwork and how they do it. You see the Hulk jumping in, Spider-Man, Fing Fang Foom's in the back with them, and they're just trying to fight off these monsters right there and facing them. And so you'll kind of figure out what happens and why they're being brought out. I won't tell you the main boss or the head up for them, because the monster, they're called Leviathans. That's all they want to call it. They're gonna have their own little category names. But they trying to figure out what's going on, why they keep going to the earth, why they keep doing this and that. And then it starts going to where they need the kid. That's what I'm saying. The kid's too valuable because, he's just a monster making machine. Anything he can draw comes alive, and it can be really powerful. It's the original thing. That's another thing they figured out. Oh, shoot. I like that one, too. So they got some nasty looking stuff coming out. And then where my hand was, I see Luke Cage, Iron Fist. So let me fix that a little bit. Nasty mug. And you see Fing Fang Food kind of jumping out, trying to fight stuff. So really, plot wise, it's straightforward. Straightforward A to Z. You wouldn't get too complicated. But like I said, if you start reading this, you're like, well, who's that? They was like that. That don't look like Captain America. What is that? Why is there two, Spider-Man? Is that you can really, all you gotta do is just really do a quick search, or just kind of get a new basic knowledge. But especially with this day and age of 2020, especially all of the Marvel media that has been out, the past really 10 years. I'm pretty sure almost everybody's seen at least one Marvel movie. So like some of the characters that you've seen, or you see how they act, or see how they're a little bit different from the comics, they're in here. This is the modern version. This is really the modern version of the Marvel characters, what they got to do. So this one, like I said a couple minutes ago, I showed I had a picture of the regular red and blue suit Spider-Man, but then this one is black and red, but that's the Miles Morales Spider-Man. So they both live, they both live in the same universe, and that's just how it is. Marvel try to make it a little simple but complex at the same time. Like I said, with the plot, they just trying to figure out why all these monsters are coming, and then they're trying to figure out, well, what's up with this kid? Is he a hero? Is he a villain? They're like, what can we do for him? And then it goes crazy how they do it. Like I said, I can't tell you enough. I praise all for the art. The art is phenomenal how they do it. Every cover art is really good. What's up?
Who's the artist?
Shoot. For the first, let me see. Yeah, the artist for 1 through 5 has been Adam Kubert. But
Oh, okay.
there's also pencilers that help do the shading, the extra stuff. So like one of them that I talked about, Steve McNiven. I talked about him. I think I want to talk about last week episode. He did one of the Avengers versus X-Men issues that I talked about. I also got Greg Land. I don't know about anything about him.
He's
Uh,
the one that he does like Deadpool. He's been around since like the '90s.
Matter of fact, Deadpool's in this too, so that's a little funny stuff. That's what I said. He brought in everybody. Lenny Yu, he was one of the artists from the Avengers versus X-Men episode. So I remember him, and then that's pretty much it. You got inkers, but the main artist that they had was Adam Kuber, but then like pencilers, people that do the shading, they do other stuff, what they got to do. What's up, Miss Alyssa or Mr. Alyssa? I don't know just yet. So Alyssa Edwards. What's up, Alyssa? I'm just gonna say. Um, so yeah, it's crazy. So the kid, and also said the kid be drawing from memory. So it's a really good, it's a phenomenal, really phenomenal issue. Like I said, the paperback itself for this main event, the Monsters Unleashed, you can get the whole paperback. When I bought it, this sucker was $33. You can get this online probably for like $5. That's the beauty of buying stuff. But single issues, they would probably run you about. Actually, I wouldn't even know as of right now because a lot of comic book stores and stuff online, they're really being scarce, or they're not really telling you a lot of information because a lot of stores aren't open. So I couldn't even tell you the regular price. I've seen a couple of them for like $1, $2, $3, regular single issues. But this paperback itself, it's $33, and it covers the whole 5 issues of the event. And then I have the second one. Oh shit! Hold me show you. So that's the first event, Monsters Unleashed. The second one, if I can fix it up, is gonna be Monsters Unleashed, but underneath it says Monster Mash. It's another 5 issues, and I mean this one right here, it's real thinner. There's other release series, man, it's about $16. But the main one right here, Monster Unleashed, it probably cost you a pretty penny, but it's probably cheap right now. So but I can't even tell you. I couldn't even tell you. I haven't staying at home in quarantine, I wasn't be able to contact, my comic books. I ain't been able to get on my info on some of these comic books and stuff, the issues, and especially getting your stuff online. Because most of these comics that I'm trying to get or talk about, I want to order online, but we got so much backup and everything that's just going crazy. So I hope everybody's doing good on that one. But like I said, the main story is a quick one. Just trying to figure out why the monsters are coming, who's the kid, who's the kid, why is this happening, and then as I said, they was throwing everybody. Like some characters that I was talking about, there's others that I haven't mentioned because I couldn't remember, or like I said, they're everywhere. You'll see them in. Well, I want to find another good cover. See, I like this one. Yeah. They have a lot of widespread coverage. So like they got this one, the monsters came out from the sea to sabotage some of the characters, like what in the world. So yeah, that was good. But reading it, like I said, it's 5 issues. So there's all 5 issues in here. I don't want to show you the ending because, like I said, it leads into the second, which is the Monsters Unleash Monster Mash event. But really a quick read. I probably say it took, for me, it only took 30 minutes just because I can read and really absorb the art because the art was just phenomenal. So if you just kind of want to read it, I have to. Where'd you get it? I have gotten the Monster Unleashed series. I got this back in my comic book store in Kentucky back in 2007. Like I said, you could go to your local well, I wouldn't know where you live at, Lissa. You could call the closest comic book store to see if they're open. They're probably not because a lot of stores are closed right now. I would probably recommend to look up on Amazon because really Amazon are really good keeping with paperbacks. Really, just some issues. I would like to say do Marvel Unlimited. That is a really good website and ordering place
Yeah,
just because
that's a great one. Marvel.
they'll organize everything. They'll organize. Okay, you got this paperback. Well, if you read this first in this event, it's going to lead into this event. But then if you're reading it in between, I got to find the single issue. There's single issues of Monsters Unleashed, and then there's also another paperback.
InStarTrade.com is amazing.
That's another one. Just
That's
going
my
there's,
favorite.
there's another paperback that's going to be called Monsters Unleashed, but I think it's called Rebound Bound something. Battleground, excuse me, Monsters Unleashed Battleground. I never got that one because by the time it came out, I was collecting other stuff. So I really would say Amazon, your bet, yeah, your really biggest best bet is going to be Marvel Unlimited, but also just as Danny said, in stock trade. They do everything with big collections, and they also organize where you can get your stuff, and then they can show you. I like I said, paper. I love paperbacks. I love paperbacks, and I love single issues. But when it's a big story event, paperbacks. If y'all seen my last episode of the Marvel versus, the Marvel Avengers versus X-Men, I just had a headache because it was really hard to explain it because it broke it down so much, and then I had single issues. So if I missed one, I couldn't cover all of it. So I had to do the bonus round, which was like the little individual fights and kind of what happened and what can I put a little bit of it. But if you go to in stock trade, it'll show you the whole collection, it'll show you all the stuff you need to find, and then it'll show you, hey, it goes with this event, it covers this number, cover issue da 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 da. And that's how it is. So if you literally find a comic book, because I know that's another question a lot of people ask me, they like, where can you start or how do you start? I really want to say this right here is your best bet because you whatever you have an interest in, you can Google and really kind of look up where they can put you in the right direction. Unless it's like issue one, issue zero, this is like it just came out. Then you just gotta get every issue that comes. But if it's something that's already been out, or you just want to kind of figure where you want to dip your toes in, Marvel, if it's a Marvel comic, Marvel Unlimited for sure to follow all the Marvel stuff. But if it's like big stories, big events, you just want to start collecting the heavy stuff and stop trade because they also cover stuff. You're welcome. And then, like I said, yeah, there's Amazon, but Amazon don't organize. They organize, but they don't say, "Hey, it's this issue, this." It'll show you this person also bought this person. It doesn't tell you this issue connects with this next issue. So I wouldn't really do the Amazon one just because they're not Amazon. It's you buy stuff from Amazon. You buy, you buy a lot of stuff, but you're not buying just for Amazon. Is not for just for comics, obviously. But I digress. Just like I said, our story was amazing. You can read it. Like I said, the first one I would probably say 30 minutes, just cause it's pretty thick. It is about 80 pages, give or take, and it's just it took me longer just because I love the art. That's why it took me longer. I just read it because of the art, just looking at the art and just examining all that it can do and what it was showing, and it was just beautiful. But the second one, if you're a regular reader, both of these issues, the Monsters Unleash and then the Monsters Unleash Monster Mash, uh, both of them same thing. Both of them, if you read both of them together, probably take about 30 minutes. Actually, probably 40. I'm lying because there's a lot of stuff that you got to read because it's not just monsters fighting. You'll see the characters, like I said, interacting. I like that one. This is another one I gotta show you. This is Elsa. It's kind of small. I do like the bigger cover, but it kind of shows Elsa. She just fighting off these monsters, looking like a badass, going crazy. But it does kind of show you different teams and how they interact and how they fighting the monsters and how they doing stuff. So, and as I said, I want to show you more of just the characters, but it's going to show you some main people that I don't want everybody to look or get spoiled. And I ain't trying to spoil something because it's good. I don't want to spoil stuff that's good. Um, just because I might show you another cover. So like they had one scene, cracked me up. They had all like the heavy sorcerer. Yep, here we go. They had this one scene. Oh, all those people in the magic circle. They're like one of the strongest sorcerers, people, magic users, and they're like, we gotta find a way how to figure stuff out. And so when it comes to magic, they was like, well, what can they do? Captain Mary was like, what can we do to help out? And they was like, we don't know. They was like, we don't do stuff with monsters. I was like, come on now. All in all, I would give it Man, I give this a 9 out of 10. Only reason I want to give it a 10 out of 10, it was too short. I want more. I want so much more. And then I really want to see more adventures with Kid Kaiju of how he does his own adventures. Obviously, it's 2020. He's been in a couple stuff. He's been in different teams. He's been helping out, but he's such a high level threat and he's such powerful. You really can't expand on it. You can't do much with him unless another high level villain or event happens, and then like, all right, he can go all out. He can't have a regular. He could have a regular adventures, but they don't want to do a whole, like I said, a whole monsters, versus monsters, or what all he can do with his. Um, it's not too bad. This is reading for all ages, straight up. You can read it young, old. I love it. I won't show you. I don't want to show you the second one just because there's some characters that, like I said, you shouldn't. I don't want to show you because it goes with the main story. However, with this one, the Monster Unleashed, Monster Mash. It was still written by Colin Bunn. However, the artist, oh man, the artist they changed it. The artist they had David Blandian and then Raymond Bach. So I didn't get to have Adam Kubert. So you can see a little difference, but they try to keep all the aesthetics that they could. But it was crazy. I didn't realize, I was what 18. Yeah, I'm still growing that, but mom's probably like 18. Yeah, 18, 19. I was like, what? Monsters fighting? I said, what? I said, yeah, I gotta get that, and it was real good. And that's what I said. They had a lot of stuff with new Marvel characters, old Marvel characters, all at one place, kind of working together. And I like big events like that to keep it up and going. But quick to read. Both of the paperback events, or if you do get the single issue, it's going to be 10 comic sleeves events that lines up. It's cheap. That's what I said. Different places you can look them up. You can Google them. The Monsters Unleashed. And I do want to say again, try to make sure you put in like the 2017 version or 2018, just because Marvel has other events of them, or like I said, of that series, but they were back in the 70s and it shows them now. But that's pretty much it on mine. It was that's what I said. It was a real nice read. It brought a lot of nostalgia, but it was just you can't go wrong with nothing but I won't say a monster movie, but with a monster comic book, like heck yeah. All right, Danny boy, what you got for me today?
I got Coda and Highest House. The Highest House.
Uh huh.
Go ahead and
Zooming out real quick.
I'm about to. I gotta move the laptop. I got it off because it was starting to get hot. I got it on my lap.
Oh yeah. Hey, you got the battery charging?
No, it's charged.
Okay.
The girls
want to burn it out.
But Coda, man, it's a Boom Studios comic. It's still coming out now. It's current. I'm not. I want to say it came out probably about 2 years ago. It says it in here. And I've been no. It came out 2018. So yeah, I was right. The trade paperback came out in 2019, I believe. Yeah, 2019. And this right here is the first 4 issues. I'm not sure how many are out right now. They have 12 total in the trade paperbacks. They have 3 volumes. This is volume 1, which I just read the whole thing in 2 days.
Whoa!
It's sitting on my shelf. Like I said, I was interested in it because I like fantasy, and this is the 3rd volume, and but it has a twist. Because, I love Mad Max. I love Uncle Eli. I love the apocalyptic stuff. If y'all watch several of the videos that we've done on here, a lot of them have been about that type of genre. But the twist with this one is it's fantasy in an apocalyptic world. Pretty much it tells you, in the back of the book, if you read the first couple pages, it says, what happened was there was a war with wizards and magic, and like they pretty much blew up the world.
The nuke.
Yeah. It with all the magic, it blew up, and like, in the Mad Max and stuff like that, you have the fallout of the nuclear explosion or the radiation, how it affected the land, it affected people, it mutated humans, you know. Well, in this one, it mutates fantasy creatures like his steed is a unicorn, but
Uh-huh.
but this one I think shows best the unicorn in the front cover. It
Oh, what?
the magic fallout, I guess, because it doesn't say radiation, made this unicorn have it's not even a unicorn anymore. It has 5 horns. So they kind of joke around and call it something else, but then stuff happens and it keeps getting more and more horns, dude. Um and pretty much a big thing in this book is like they'll take like they'll like magic like I'm trying to think of the word, man. Like they use magic to juice up. So they'll like, you know, get syringes and like just juice up with it and get strength out of this world, you know. So he keeps juicing up the unicorn and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, man, over the series. And and so that's pretty much the storyline. You follow a bard. Um he's in love. Uh he's in love with an orc. Um
Is she ugly?
No, she's not actually, and she's purple. Like I've never seen a purple orc. I don't know if it's because of the magic fallout, because you know she has she has issues because when the magic fallout occurred, like it damaged her. So like she rages out, and like when she rages out, man, she becomes like this. She like beefs up like Hulk. Like she just becomes this huge, crazy monster that just smashes everything. So he you know pretty much he's looking for every time she's about to rage out, she just kind of leaves to get separated because she doesn't want to hurt anybody around her. Um trying to find some art in here. And definitely the progression of the story and stuff like that it kept my interest. Like I said, I read all 3 volumes in 2 days. I would have read all of them in one day, but I was kind of busy yesterday and I didn't have the time to sit down. I read the first one. I killed it. And the first one's actually, it looks like it's a little bit thicker. Yeah, it's a little bit thicker than the third and the second one. Not much, but a little bit. I could tell because it took me a little bit longer to read the first one when I read the second one. It's pretty dope. It reminds me of Lord of the Rings because it has like a map in it in the first volume. It has a map that you know shows the world, and I thought that was very interesting, especially to follow the story. But yeah, like different creatures, you know, they got griffins and just giants and paladins and goblins and mermaids, and they have a thing. It's called a yelf. It's not a. It's might be related to an elf. I don't know, but they call it a yelf, and they mutilate it and take parts of it to create that magical juice that I was telling you about.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, like it was twisted, bro. Like when I seen what they were doing to him and how he looked, like I was like, "What in the world is going on?" So there's not a lot of characters, which is pretty dope because it easily lets you follow the story. Um, and here she goes right here, the orc I was telling you about, his wife, and then there's him. I already forgot his name. They just call him the bard mostly, the bard, and then she calls him husband. Like she's always calling him husband. So easily forgettable. I forgot his name. But I really liked him though because he was a character that wasn't perfect. Like he had his own issues, and it was pretty dope because towards the end of all 3 books, he starts to realize it. He's like, you know, I made a bunch of mistakes, and now I have to pretty much all deal with the consequences, you know. So it was pretty dope, you know. And he has one leg. He's missing a leg. It doesn't say what happened to his leg, maybe because it's ongoing. It's still continuing. So um, I'm sure it'll come up eventually. The the writer is Simon Spurrier, and the artist is Mateus, I believe, Bagara, which he's Hispanic. He's from Chile, and I think he does his work in Chile. Um, but it's saying Simon Spurrier.
On the second volume.
No, Simon Spurrier, which is the artist. He's the artist of all three volumes. They're
Um.
saying that he did work with Judge Dredd 2000
Oh.
AD, as well as X-Men Legacy, which I know some people, man, and they love that run. The X-Men Legacy. Some work with Suicide Squad, Star Wars, and then also Cry Havoc, Angelic. Never heard of it. The Spire. I thought he did something else, but I don't. Yeah, I don't see it in here, so I'm not gonna say that. But like I said, you know, I'm a sucker for fantasy and apocalyptic. So, like I said, I killed it. I'm ready for more. So I was gonna kind of, when I get a chance, I was gonna look up to see if how many more issues are out, because I've seen the single issues. I know I've seen the single issues last year. I'm not sure if I've seen any this year. I think I have. You know, because like I said, it's under Boom Studios, but I mean, I'm not picking up the singles. I already pick up enough singles. I'm not
Right. That's what I'm saying.
but I definitely enjoyed it, and I'm glad the way I read it. Because I really couldn't tell you how it would have progressed if I would have read single issues. Because you know, a lot of times with single issues, you know, you gotta wait.
Weeks, couple months. Yeah.
It's a month, dude. The only time it's two a month is usually if it's like the big Batman, Spider-Man, Superman, you know, some X-Men maybe. But anyways, so I you know, I kind of don't like that, the waiting game, you know. And then not only that, sometimes they skip months where they don't release one because they're behind. Or for instance, usually how it works is like I said with the dates, they come out with 4 issues a year because it came out in 2018, I believe. And then they usually come out with the trade paperback either 6 months to a year for the first volume after it. So it may have came out in 2017, 2018, 2019, and then now we're on the 4th volume and the 4th arc of the story is what I believe. So I have to look because I have to see how many issues they have as of right now that came out. Like I said, let me show a little bit more of the art because I really didn't show the art too much. The art was dope. You know, I liked it. It was different. I'm trying to show one part where she rages out, man. Because I was like, dude, she looks crazy, bro. Shit. Oh, here she go, right here. Sure. You can kind of see because it's dark.
Oh, I'll see. Oh gosh.
Yeah, because when she rages out, like she goes out into the desert because, like, it gets crazy, man. Like she just goes crazy and tornadoes and all kind of stuff is like going on around her because she's just to power her rage. I'm trying to think of some other picture if I can find another one. But oh, and it's real gory, man.
Oh yeah, so all right, so that one ain't gonna be for the kids, young adults.
No, it's not. It's got a. I mean, you know, they it has curse words in here, but they don't show them. They kind of, you know, they put an exclamation mark, you know, a question mark, a hashtag, a star. You know, they don't actually say the words. But it's pretty dope. You know, you get to see different cool little ideas of civilizations and just the way they wrap stuff all together, man. Like I said, you got mermaids and wizards and orcs and goblins and Trying to find some more art, man. Now let me show the mermaid. She's a fat mermaid. You can see her right there with the little red and blue glasses. But she's one of his friends in the beginning. That's one of the first people you meet. See the art. Let me find one more page in the third book. The art is different. I've never seen art like this. Like it's dingy and like kind of ugly in a way, but
Kind of reminds me like it kind of reminds me like 90s Disney art for real.
oh yeah,
Cool.
you ain't lying. It does.
Yeah, like that because that mermaid kind of gave me a vibe of the yeah, the Little Mermaid. But then when I saw the bar or someone choking out, it looked like stuff from Aladdin, Hercules. Yeah, definitely 90s animated style. Yup.
Here's one of the giants. You can see how big he is. He's huge, dude. Like, and the stuff he goes through is hilarious. Like, yeah, I couldn't show the next page because it shows exactly what I was saying about. And then here's another one, another mermaid, or no, I'm sorry, I think she's like a dolphin creature. You can see her right there. So now she's crazy. So yeah, his wife, for being an orc, here's some more pictures of her. For being an orc, like, usually orcs are ugly, but they got her looking cute. Then the other one is the highest house. Those, like I said, that's a 12-issue run, all 3 volumes. This right here is 6 issues. The writer is Mike Carey, and the artist is Peter Gross, and the colorist is Fabian Alkier. I guess I don't know. I've never seen a last name like that before. So I don't know. It doesn't really say what all they have done, dude. Out of both those, this one and Coda, I like this one more, dude. Like I didn't know this was a volume 1 because it doesn't say a volume 1. So when I was reading it, I thought it was gonna be one and done.
Yeah.
Man, shoot. When this one ended, I said, man, there's about to be another one. I just great. Like I can't wait to read the next one because as soon as the second volume comes up, oh, it's a day 1 pickup. Like I'm getting it. Same thing with Coda. When they drop the volume 4, probably late this year or next year, I'm picking it up. I got them all from In Stock Trades. Like, dude, that's the only place I get my books from. I don't get my books from nowhere else. In Stock Trades, you can get them 50% off. You can get them up to 52, up to 60% off, depending on if they got a sale going on or whatever the case may be. This one right here, man, is about a slave who gets purchased. Page 1 of the book, and he serves in the order of the highest house. And same thing, fantasy. There's magic, but really no orcs or nothing like that. Like all humans. I mean, there may be, in volume 2 or whatever they may be, but as far as this one, just humans. And like I said, magic is forbidden. Like same thing happened. Something happened with magic that ended up causing all magic. I don't know. I think it's illegal. It's illegal, and if you're a wizard, they'll kill you. So this boy ends up becoming a slave and going to the highest house and working. And there's like mysterious stuff, man, that it doesn't explain because, like I said, it's not finished. So it was dope. They talk about gods and all kinds of stuff, and there's this black rock that's like underneath the highest house that they're looking for, but the boy, he speaks to the boy, and you don't know if he's telling the boy truth or lies. You don't know what's going on. You don't even know what exactly he is. He's saying he's a god, but he needs help. They go into his past a little bit towards the very end, and you get to see a little bit more about this god that he says is a god, and it's just well written. A lot of twists that I didn't see coming, a lot of turns. I really like the little boy. Um, it got real dark, man, like real dark. I like the art, you know. Let me show. Yeah, I can show this page. It's not really gonna ruin anything. It's not like a whole lot of action. Definitely not a lot of violence. It's mostly just like telling the story. Now there is some violence. This right here is that's the head of the highest house, the guy with the big beard. Um, and he's gone for most of the story. Like I didn't know who the lead, who the main guy was because he wasn't there till later on.
Yeah, the head house. Yeah, head of the house.
And
Yeah,
I wasn't sure, like the guy who bought him. I thought he was the head at first, but then watching him talk and seeing how things were going, I'm like, is this dude the head or not? But he's kind of like the advisor. He's the advisor of the head of the house, and you just it kind of in a little way, it kind of reminded me of Game of Thrones because there's different houses you start to see towards the end, and there's just I don't know. In that way, it kind of reminded me of Game of Thrones, and in a sense too, it's like there's a lot of storytelling and a lot of characters, man. But to be fair, it did a good job representing and talking about them because you wouldn't get confused. And the art, I thought the art was pretty good. It wasn't amazing, but it was better than Coda. In a sense. I mean, that's kind of my opinion. Because I like the color in Coda. Like I like the art too. It's just like a different type of art. So I'm not gonna say it was better because I really like them both. They have their both have their own aspects. So that's pretty much what I have to say about it. I'm gonna try to find one more page of art at least, just to show like a little bit of variety. Oh, they go hunting. Kind of like this. Kind of remind me of Game of Thrones because the main king in the Game of Thrones in the first season he dies. I think from the boar hunt. I think the boar kills him. I don't remember now. It's been so long since I watched the series. But like I said, it was only 6 issues, and then on top of that, it's I forgot. I think there a bunch of these comic books have been coming out in this size, and I'm not sure if it's considered like a magazine size. I think that's what it's considered because it's not like your regular comic book. If you look at the different, you see the different size. It's a little bit taller. It's a little bit wider. I believe this is like your regular comic book. Coda is. But then this is kind of like, I believe it's a magazine size. And I like the magazine size. It was cool. Let me get you back on here, Michael, because I'm pretty much done. But like I said, I really enjoyed it, and I'm really looking forward to see when the next volume comes out. But if I'm not mistaken, with Highest House, I believe they're on hiatus. So Coda is not. But I believe the Highest House is. So it may be a while before the second arc comes out. But yeah, I definitely like the Highest House over Coda. And I killed the Highest House, dude. Like, I was like, yeah, I was really into it, man.
All right. Nah, that's another one I'm going to add to my list to look up because you be showing me some good stuff. Just like I like that. Now I'm doing some research a little bit last week. Got the Kanto that you told me about.
Oh, yes.
That was something. But that's what's you already. That's a lot of people should know by now. I love my monsters. I love everything kind of wicked stuff like that. You definitely love your fantasy stuff like that, post-apocalyptic. But yeah, man, this.
And honestly, with the ones that I've been reading, like I got a bunch downstairs, but I just been reading the ones that like people have highly recommended. That's when I usually get trade paperbacks. I go off of word of mouth.
Yeah.
So I follow a lot of channels here on YouTube. And a lot of them, I've read a lot of them that I really enjoyed. But here lately, man, I've been reading all of them.
And see, that's kind of weird because I'm the complete opposite. Like some of these paperbacks or stuff, besides the Marvel versus Avengers, with those series and issue, because I was like one of the biggest one back in 2011, 12. But like some of the stuff that's like paperback or even single issues, besides the animes and mangas, comic books, I just kind of go. I go on instinct. I just go on something unique and different because there's a couple of YouTubers on here Especially if they're a Marvel Pacific. Like I don't even. I know one. I know one. I think Rob Court from Comics Explained. He talked a little bit of the Monsters Unleashed, but he really talked about the aftermath, which was with the Kid Kaiju, and then I told you about Thanos because there's a whole thing they're starting up with Thanos. But like there's a lot of people there just like, I don't want to do it. They're like, oh, I don't know about it, and that's why I said I just look for it. I look for something different, unique, especially a couple of owners at comic book stores. They straight up like this is what you can do, and then just like Miss Alyssa earlier asked about where can you get it, get your stuff, and that's what I said, in stock trade, and if you want something like Marvel to get everything that they got to do, Marvel Unlimited. But
Oh yeah, Marvel Unlimited is how much a month? Isn't it like $5?
yeah, it's about $5. I don't know what it is now, but it was like $5. It's usually like 5 to 8.
And I know a lot of people that have that and highly recommend it. But one thing I was gonna tell you, Michael, was me, man. Like with the independent stuff, like I won't buy independent stuff unless people have highly recommended it. Now, if it comes to Marvel and DC and a lot of Image,
Yeah,
I'm not sorry, not Image. Who are the ones who own IDW?
IDWs, yeah. 'Cause I thought you were about to say Dark Horse. I was like,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
yeah,
Like when it comes
IDWs.
to IDW, Marvel, and DC, I don't care what anybody says. Like you
Yep.
get bad about it. If I'm interested, I'll read it. But
Yep.
like this independent stuff, like I personally don't know people that read it. Like pull it on their pull list.
Yeah.
Most of these. And then not only the thing is, it's like it just comes out of the blue. So I'm not finna invest money in it if I don't know anything about it, because it can be a dud. And why would I invest all that money and it just be not good? So that's why with the independent stuff, I usually sit back and like look, and then I end up getting it in trade paperback. So that's just me.
This is a different live stream. Austin Haynes. Yeah, you gotta go back to his other videos if you trying to talk about the dogs. And then he had a live stream earlier, usually around 8 o'clock. If you want to look talk about the dogs or stuff like that, tune in about 8 o'clock when he do his live streams about the dogs. Now we talking about something else now. But yeah, I definitely understand. Yeah, that's what I said when it comes to paperback. That's what I said. You should already know me. I'm vice versa when it comes to paperbacks or single issues. Yeah, if it comes with if it's like main stuff, and that's what I said. You already know me, IDW. That's what I said. I love it. And I can already tell you, like the Godzillas. Oh my gosh, I have like 4 or 5 different series, and I already told you this one was trash. It was trash, but I still had to get it. Just because I just love IDW and I knew what I was getting into. But no problem. Yeah, I really like that. But I said when it comes to big events, I want to start getting those for sure, especially Marvel and paperback. And then somebody had just messaged me, uh, Kevin Williams. Yeah, he was on it. Yeah. So real quick, yeah, they wanted to ask because I want to do a different episode. They wanted to ask if I got any DC stuff. I do have DC comics, DC paperbacks. I have a couple. Some of them they are old, and some of them they are with like Superman. I know I had a lot of paperbacks with Superman, especially I had a thick cover of the death of Superman. Then I had Funeral for Superman, and then I had one. I had Funeral for Superman, and then A World Without Superman, which was like the heroes is being all gloom and grieving, and then I had the Return of the Superman, which was 4 special Superman. So those are a lot of paperbacks, but when it comes to like DC, I love DC. We both do, but what's been going on lately? I'm more on Marvel. I love different stuff. I love Marvel. So you straight up. I love IDW. I love Dark Horse. I love Image. I love really a lot of comic book companies. The reason why I don't get a lot of DC stuff is just because it's not been on my order. In my pull list, I do have I got a lot of issues. Not like personal stuff, like issues, the single issues of DC comics that I have, but I never really pulled them out just because I just didn't feel like they were good enough to discuss. There's some stuff that we talk about that's trash, and we're just like, oh well. But with something that you can just talk about.
Yeah.
So, and most of the stuff that's DC, like I said, it's gonna be Superman. I don't have Actually, I don't have any. I might have a couple of Batman single issues, but they're old. And then I had DC's of of Damage, and Damage. He was a special hero that came out during the event of the Dark Knights. I have the paperback of the I have the hardcover. Excuse me, of DC Metals. Of DC Metal, and then the DC Metal of the Dark Knights. I have both of those hardcovers, and I could talk about that because he's really he's still up and popular, like the Batman Who Laughs. But a lot of people, when it comes to DC and DC Comics, some of the the storyboards and stuff that's been going on with arts, I lost interest. I straight up. Now, do I hate DC? No. But is DC slacking? A lot of stuff is going on. Yes, and that's what I said. A lot of people, they want to find the information. You can always contact us, but this right here, just straight up just Google and to see how stuff is. With writers who doing this and that, what's going on. A lot of people are smart where they're like, they asked me, they was like, well, how come certain characters look like different from other books? Just do your Google because it might be from a different universe. They might do this and that. They might just pop in real quick and then they come back later. So that's why I said the Kid Kaiju. He don't have his own solo series. He just he's like one of the most powerful Inhumans. But and he's still recent. This dude is only he's only been out in the real world for about 3 years, 4 years. So they have much more that they can put for him, and they lead it up like with Marvel. They put new characters, but then they lead them up to a big event, and then they'll get solo, and then they can bring them back out, and then they'll just do whatever they want. Whoever has the rights, the writer, this and like that. But when it comes with DC, especially with new characters, they had a good running, especially with the DC Metals. But like I said, the characters that they talked about that they introduced, they were either killed off or they just was like they're here for the little event. That's it. Don't worry about them. They got the little stuff and that's it. And so I wasn't feeling it. And that's to say I still love DC. There's plenty of characters that I still love. I love Lobo, Batman. Of course, I love Superman, depending on which one. But yeah, when it comes to discussing DC, I'll get to it. So a lot of people, like I said, if you got me on Instagram, Twitter, just look up Big Book Bros. You'll see my name. You see all the profiles that I talk about. On social media, y'all can always direct message me. Just real shout out and love to all the people that do that. But yeah, real quick, when they was asking how come you don't do any DC stuff, I'm gonna get to it and I will. Shoot, this is 9 episodes. I think have I talked about a DC book or anything media related?
I don't think you have, but I mean, to be fair, like you mostly talked about Marvel, correct?
Yeah, Marvel or anime and manga. Yeah. Because it just keeps and then IDW because I did have my Godzillas, but
I don't think I talked about Marvel. I don't think I've talked about one Marvel book. I don't think. I don't know.
Yeah, but
I did a lot of independent.
Yep. So
I did one DC because I did. I did two. I did All Star Superman and I did Halloween. I forgot the one with Batman, The Long Halloween.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, anything about Marvel, but I've been in a kick with independent right now because I there's been a bunch of them that I've been hearing about, and I'm like, I want to read. So now, that's what I like about doing this with you because I've really been pushing myself to knock these books out, man, to get them done.
Yup.
Yeah, and I'm excited. I'm already ready to go downstairs and look what I want to read next because I don't know what I want to do.
Same.
I want to do metal. You got me on metal now. I don't know if I want to do metal. I don't know. I kind of want to do something Marvel now. I kind of want to do some more independent. So I don't even know. I'm just about to go down there and look.
I know that's what I'm saying. We can keep going and going. We probably gonna do I'll probably message you too later. We might do another quick episode on another day just to do Q&As. Just so people be asking, and I'll answer them. I'll answer because people be messaging me, and that's what I said. They helped me out because they was asking about a good time event. Because they was asking about a good Marvel time event. That's why I talked about the Avengers X-Men last week. But it was like that's what I said. Certain stuff like with Marvel. That's what I said. Yeah, I do love Marvel. I do love Marvel a little bit more than DC. just because I just love all the stuff that they can do, and especially they give they really give they don't give risk, they give hope for a lot of these writers and stuff that they can do. But that's what so when I look at some of the stuff with DC, and especially been going on with lawsuit copyrights and people getting fired and quit and this all sorts of
It's,
junk.
it's about it's about to get bad, real bad, because of
I
the
bet.
virus. They already told people to put their pencils down, and but I
And,
kind of like it because it's getting a clean house.
yeah.
Because
So
no
and,
more, they're trying to come up with new strategies of how to release single issues, and how to like pre-order certain stuff, and how to have a variety of shippers instead of only having Diamond.
yeah.
So I'm excited and happy because there's a lot of trash comics out there. There really is, especially for Marvel. A lot from DC too, but mostly for Marvel. Just it's like they're a shotgun. They just shoot 100 bullets out, or a bird,
Hopefully whatever
bird
get
shot, shoot out 100 pellets and hope some stuff sticks. And
suit.
it's like some of the great stuff gets canceled, and some of the
Mhm.
horrible stuff gets 20, 30, 40, 50 extra issues. And
Yeah,
it's like,
and I think when it try to comes to like main events, whoever's going to be like the main lead or superstar, I just don't like that lineup. I really don't. Like especially with certain Marvel events. Like there's some, like I said, with the Monsters Unleashed, it was really fluid because you just had all these different groups working, and it wasn't, yeah, you had the leaders of the Avengers, the X-Men here and there, but it was like, okay, we got a new character, and when he threw him in, I was like, okay, I'm reading. And then I'm like, well, who's that? Who's this and that? And that's what I said, I can get into it. Like the Marvel vs. Avengers, you had certain key characters, but I wasn't feeling it, and that's why I would love to get back onto it, but I gotta read. Oh my god, I gotta read so many different issues, and especially when it comes with like X-Men, I gotta trace my steps. For real. So that's why I might have to wait and probably order of I probably gonna have to order a hard copy paperback. But yeah, when it comes to these people, these characters, these new characters, it's crazy. Like some of the new characters that I loved back in 2019, like I loved the Cosmic Ghost Rider. They doing him dirty with some of these single issues or the stuff they got him in that they try to tie him into or whatever they got, because it was like people can't really do him right. Because I love Donny Cates. I love Donny Cates, but it was like other people do it or they try to do like power wise, this level personality, what they're trying to do. I just couldn't feel it. I couldn't feel for it. Same thing, like I said, for DC, the Batman Who Laughs is one of the newest villain, but they've been milking him, during the 2018, 2019, and then especially the year of the villains. Some of the events that they're trying to do with him, and I was like, nah. But we're gonna, man, this is gonna be a 2 hour video if we're gonna keep talking stuff like that. So we'll probably I want to probably let people know, yeah, keep a look at, because most likely after we finish the stream, we're gonna probably do some discussion, and I'll let y'all know on social media. Just look up Big Book Bros on Twitter, Instagram, even on Snapchat if y'all want to do that. We can always discuss, so we can just figure out, talk about anything nerd related, comics, whatever, because that's what we do. But yeah, we're gonna start getting to a long haul. So we're gonna do some little research, and we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do. Everybody just stay safe. Hope everything's working out. Everybody just do good and just stay good, stay good and healthy. Peace.